What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy, Izzy Pop, for boosting up your man the YB's dire peak coin situation. So we got some more breaking news right now regarding your man's Tyson. Fury bringing in Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Pig Baby Miller. Now, what can we say about Pig Baby? Listen. Apparently, Jarrell Pig Baby Miller, his license, obviously we know he got banned back in 2019 before the AJ fight for taking a whole bunch of experimental X-rated UFO Area 51 substances. Listen, your man Jarell juiced off his bonds Miller. That's what he was known as. Yeah? Not even a little bit of bonds did he have left. He was juiced all the way off it. That's what your man, 100%. That's what your man Jarrell Pig Baby Miller was off. Yeah, he got going into the AJ fight, got banned, and this shows you something about the culture. What man? You had a 10 million. And it's the thing. Jarrell Pig Baby Miller has since been divorced by his wife, and rightfully so. Yeah, this is the free market working for itself. And I'm telling you now, any women out there, yeah. If your man has a $10 million bag and he blows it because he's so insecure, and the thing is, he knew he was going to be doing VADA testing. It's not like, well, I didn't know. He knew. You knew. And for the sake of what? For the sake of losing a fight, who at the time, and to be fair, for that, and the worst thing is, that fight, Jarrell Miller most likely would have beat AJ, because anyone would have beat AJ on that night against Ruiz. So Jarrell Miller legitimately threw away $20-30 million because he was so insecure of the juices. So like I said, any women out there, if your man blows up back that blatantly, he must be divorced. That is a divorceable offence. Straight up. And it shows you about the culture. A man, because of this fake masculine culture that's going around at the moment, people would, rather than go in there and take your chances, Jarrell Pig Baby Miller would rather continue being an alleged winner, or try and continue being an alleged winner by juicing, rather than take his chances clean. What does that say about it? It's mad, isn't it? Who'd be doing that? I'd get knocked out cold for 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? 10 mil, 10 baht, and you never know, you could have actually won as well. Like I said, it shows you how insecure most of these boxing cats are. They give it the big one, but really, they're all nervous individuals on the inside. That's what it shows. 100%. Anyway, let's get back to it. So Jarrell Pig Baby Miller has been brought in by Team Fury to help prepare him for the Dillian Whyte fight. Now, I mean, some people have kind of said this is a bad look for Tyson Fury, and I understand it to some extent, in as much as, do you really want, even though Jarrell Miller, I think his license comes back in June or something, but do you really want an individual? Don't forget, people, as well, I'm pretty sure he failed one set of tests. They came back a few weeks later, and he failed another set. He was still juiced off his bonds. Yeah, he was still hanging out with the bodybuilding version of Calla Sowland. Yeah, there's all the different chemicals. We know Calla, man. He off his bonds, 100%. Yeah, he got no bonds left. Yeah, Calla Sowland has sniffed all of his bonds off. None left. No good. Anyway, like I was saying, listen, your man, Jarrell Miller. Do you really want that kind of individual around your camp, especially when, in the past, there have been a man came out a few years ago saying that Tyson Fury paid him. Yeah, the MTK cartel flew in, and Kinahan touched him and said, "Listen, you best say it was boar meat." Oops, yeah, and he ended up saying it was boar meat, and then he admitted he got touched, and then he got touched again and said he never got touched. One of them ones. It was all messy. It was some ex-farmer, and it ended up all the way bad for him. He ended up face down in some river somewhere, no doubt. But anyway, like I said, with all the allegations around, do you really want Jarrell Miller in the camp? It's not a great look. However, another argument is, well, if you are clean, what do you care? But of all the sparring partners, why bring Jarrell Juicy Miller in? Well, I actually think it's a smart idea. Why? Well, Jarrell Juicy Miller is a big, stiff, heavy bag. And if you can touch him all over, Dillian Whyte really ain't no different. Now, to be fair, they are different fighters. Dillian Whyte doesn't really have volume. Dillian Whyte has 1 or 2 shots in his bag. Jarrell Miller was much more volume-based. And that's what a lot of these camps are about, getting good work in. And that's Jarrell Miller really is one of the ideal sparring partners. He's great for work. Yeah, he's nice and big, got nice and juiced. We saw it the other weekend, Eddie Hall versus 4, who juiced off their mind, which means they can go forever. And that's what you think about. If you can beat a juiced man up in sparring, when you come to a clean fight, it's easy work. Yeah? If you can get through tough sparring sessions with men who are taking experimental Area 51 chemicals, when you get in there with someone like Dillian, he easy work. Plus, Jarrell Miller, so far anyway, has a pretty decent chin, something Dillian does not have. So again, if you can touch Jarrell Miller all over, Dillian got no hope. Yeah? So I'm not going to lie to you. I see both sides on this one. It's a bit of a bad look. I mean, I'm pretty sure Tyson Fury in the past has criticised juice heads. So it's kind of odd. I'm not sure. It's not as if... Can we sit here and say Jarrell Miller is a 1-for-1 replica of Dillian Whyte? No. But then again, who is? Who does have big nipples? Yeah? Who has big nipples and udders? No one does, really. So, as far as big nips and big udders go, your man Jarrell probably number 1. And that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Sugar Hill Smith said, listen, who do we know has big, juicy nipple udders in the boxing game? And they said, listen, there's only one man for the case, and that's Jarrell Miller. So I understand. In the boxing game, often you want to kind of body match your opponents, and they thought, well, damn, look at Dillian Whyte's big, juicy nips. Yeah? Big bulbous ones. Let's bring this other big nick in. Yeah, let's bring this big round nick in called Jarrell. And they flew Jarrell in. So he's obviously been in the acting world, in Hollywood. They call it type fixing. Was it type fixing? Where they fix you for the role. That's what Jarrell was brought in for. Jarrell was brought in to mimic the round, soft belly of Dillian. So Tyson Fury can get a lot of experience dig into all that softness. Yeah. So I get that part of things, but it's a bad look, for me anyway. Especially when Jarrell hasn't even proved he can come back and redeem himself. I believe most people deserve one chance for most things. I think everyone really should be given, as long as you're not doing mad things, that everyone knows kind of murder is wrong. There's no second chance for that, in my opinion. Why should someone else lose their life so you can get another chance? Don't make no sense. But on other things like this, like taking juices, yeah, on other things like being juiced off your bonds, like Callum Sowland, I think that give him another chance. But again, he hasn't proven that yet. So I'm not sure who's advising Tyson Fury, but I just don't know. I mean, it don't make no difference to me. Don't make a scrap of difference to me. I'm just thinking from a branding point of view. I'm not sure. And even if I did bring in Jarrell Miller, personally, if I was around Tyson Fury, I'd have told him, listen, there's no benefit to you posting pictures. It's not like you're in the gym with Mike Tyson or, you know what I mean, someone who's going to really maybe add something to the promotion. Your man's Jarrell, everyone's forgot about him for the main, so all it's going to do really is drum up bad press. But there's an argument, no press is bad press, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad to see, one thing we can be sure of about Team Fury is, I'm glad to hear they've got good sparring. Because that other cat's been brought in. Jarrell Miller, top body type for Dillian. Number 2, that other cat, Jared Anderson, top dog. Dillian, who Dillian's sparring, we don't know. Dillian got a bunch of his bums around him. Yeah, that goofy Alan Babic. I mean, Alan Babic, 2 foot tall. Imagine preparing for Tyson Fury with Alan Babic. Wow, you're going to get... Dillian, listen, Dillian got no hope. I'm telling you now. No hope. So, anyway, I'm glad to see Tyson Fury. And this is the thing about Tyson Fury. That's one thing about Tyson Fury I've always praised about him. Or recently, at least. Even when the rumours came out he got boxed up by Jared Anderson. Guess what? When he came back, he flew Jared straight back in. And he's flying Jared straight back in again. That shows you the mindset of the man. Some people get boxed up in sparring like Floyd Mayweather, yeah? Floyd Mayweather gets boxed up in sparring and kicks Errol Spence out of the gym. That shows you how nervous and vulnerable and bitter Floyd Mayweather is. Fury, he actually trying to prove, that's how you develop a strong mindset. If you, I mean, think about it. If you can't face your sparring fears, how are you going to face the real fears in the real ring with 10-ounce gloves on? You're not. You're going to break, and that's what AJ's in the state he's in. AJ brings in a bunch of people to play touch butt with, who he feels comfortable with. He don't bring no one to get no hard work in. That's why his defense is so sloppy. That's why his attitude's so sloppy. AJ brings in people to play swimming flumes with. Yeah, we've all seen the footage of him playing flumes with people. Yeah, playing Takashi's Castle. Oh look, let's stand on this balancing pole and let's play flumes. Who the fuck this guy? This fucking guy. Zesty ass cam, then you know, 100%, no doubt.